a red medal like it was yesterday. You up to your eyeballs in paperwork? Francis coated in chalk dust from the blackboards.
You mistaking my lab notes for a trash pile and throwing away weeks of work?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see it again.
They bulldozed that facility to the ground. There's nothing left to reminisce about. Your voice coming through my speakers.
I mean, everything that happened here, handing over Lynn, the way the project ended, it cost you Alan, you know, your career, the entire damn Olympic Peninsula. She's still here.
So are you. You chose your urban legends over everything else.
You wonder if I regret it?
Oh, I have no interest in regret. I want to know if you ever felt that leaving was a real option.
After everything I've seen and heard and felt here?
No, not a chance.
Then we have that in common. How's Francis?
He hasn't left the bedroom.
I'm sorry you didn't know about his demotion. It wasn't my secret to tell.
It's fine. This is between him and me.
So, what did Alan tell you about his work? He was second in command of Dr. K's lab, after all.
Alan didn't discuss his work with me, nor did I share mine with him.
Wait, you were head of the whole stinking department.
You must have known something about what their lab was doing.
And if there was anything useful to be found, I'd have sussed it out already. That's all I did after the accident. Try and fail to find any answers.
Dr. K's access records were coded to the lab that used to be here.
I'm feeling less optimistic by the second. Not a scoured this place clean.
Something's here. We just can't see it.
Oh, following a hunch. Not your usual MO, Hoppy.
No, but being suspicious of Arda is.
Where are you going? That should have been the end of the facility.
According to the blueprints, anyway.
Security protocol activated. Scan artist security credentials immediately.
Well, well. After all these years, an artist still has something to hide. We're definitely onto something now.
Driver, anything you find down there, scan and transmit it back to us. We'll work on disengaging the security protocol.
Okay, here's something. This thing in the deep zone, they called it the Well.
Oh, fantastic. Tobias, run those reports through the decryptor and see what you can find. Oh, you'll like this, Tobias. Your remnant origin story, if you will.
Let me guess. You're about to ruin a good urban legend with a bunch of science.
Fine, I'll read this one myself. Nice work, driver. We'll review these and summarize our findings after. These lab notes are complete gibberish.
What about these diagrams, though? It looks like he was trying to convey something.
You can admire the doctor's newfound art skills all you want. You won't find anything useful in them.
This is a decrypted record of the accident. Hoppy, are you sure you want to hear this? It's got details about Alan's final moments.
It's been over 30 years. I'm past ready. Go on, driver. Keep snooping and see what else you can find. Alan's lab notes. Maybe my late husband sent us something useful from the grave after all.
And you're all clear.
Give us a moment. We'll let you know what we found in all this data. And make your way back to the auto shop after you're done scouring the place. And driver, thank you.
Driver, you hit the jackpot. We've got a lead on what you're heading toward in the deep zone. Tobias, give us the rundown about the well.
Otter classified it as a hotspot of ultra-high energy gamma radiation. Its eruptions were spontaneous, and ultimately Otter made no conclusion
About what caused it, when it would blow, or how destructive it would be. Otter, of course, wanted to control this bottomless well of energy. So they brought in Dr. K and Alan to research activation and containment. They discovered a way to reliably trigger the well, and that was the remnants.
And that's what the remnants have been leading people towards. The well. This second report's a good one. Ready to hear where the remnants came from? The original remnants were created in Dr. K's lab. They aimed to create a trigger for activating the well by infusing objects with a carefully calibrated limb wave. The ones that shared a resonant frequency would...
Yeah, just get to the good stuff.
You know, you'd be a much better ghost hunter if it weren't for that unfortunate attention span. Reading this makes it obvious how the remnants ended up in the wild.
Wait, what? How?
The gamma ray surge that caused the mass hallucination event. That energy irradiated everything within a 10-mile radius. Objects with the right characteristics absorbed that energy and became the remnants people found out in the zone.
Wow. Francis would get a kick out of that one. I'll tell him later.
I've reviewed Dr. K's lab notes. Now we know what he was doing in that lab after the accident. Spinning in circles for years.
His injuries were real. Dr. K's radiation exposure should have been fatal.
And the minute he could stand on his feet again, Otter shuttled him right back
To his lab and bid the monkey to dance.
They allowed him to carry on in the hopes that he would reproduce anything useful. He worked for 2 whole years
They required you in time to expose.
If somebody scrambled your brain, here's your pension. Bye.
You've got that accident record ready, Tobias? It's time.
Okay, then.
September 14, 1961. Otter's finalized report on what happened that night. Dr. K and Alan were testing the lab created remnants. That night was a run-of-the-mill remnant test. Nothing out of the ordinary. The remnant in question was a tungsten cube. At 3:23 a.m., the cube was brought towards the well. The well reacted at nominal levels. However, at the 500-meter distance, the cube was sucked into the well and triggered the gamma ray surge. The energy output continued ramping up, and at
15 seconds, showed no signs of stopping. Then Alan...
Go on. I can handle it.
Dr. K testified that Alan engaged the suppression protocol, then the kill switch, both of which failed. Dr. K ordered Alan to get to safety, but Alan insisted on staying at the controls. Only when he flipped the radiation polarity did the energy output plateau, then collapse back into itself. Alan's gamma radiation exposure was fatal due to his proximity to the well. If it weren't for him, the entire zone might have gone under.
That's who Alan was. Loyal until the very end.
I'm sorry, Oppie.
I'd expect nothing less from him.
Once that car gets to the well, we can expect another gamma ray eruption. We'll need a way to cut it off. And I may have found the answer in Alan's lab notes. His work on that suppression technique is top-notch.
What's interesting is Dr. K and Alan didn't know any more than we do now.
They had no conclusions about what the well is.
Or what the remnants did. Or how they interacted with this well. Maybe they're ladles that will scoop out a metered amount of gamma radiation. Maybe they trigger an eruption that we can't stop and will destroy the zone if we get it too close.
That's a hell of a range. What are we going to do?
We keep going.
But if it's an eruption...
I already sacrificed the Olympic Peninsula once for the tech. How many chances for total and utter fallout does a girl get in her life, huh?
In another life, we would have made a fantastic team.
In no universe would I not have murdered you in your sleep.